Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Development Control and Regulatory Board, 13th, Thursday the 15th of November. I'd like to remind everyone, in fact, present, that the meeting will be broadcast live via the County Council website and will be available for viewing on the County Council website after the meeting. Please turn your microphones on when you are speaking and off when you have finished speaking. Thank you. Membership of the committee today, it's as printed. There are no substitutions being done today, so everyone's here that should be here. Moving on to the agenda then. Item number 1 is the minutes of the meeting held on the 13th of September. If someone would like to move them, if they're happy with what we've got. Moved by Dan. Seconded by Mr. Crooks. Thank you. Item number 2, question time. We have no questions been received. Item number 3, questions asked by members under standing orders. We haven't any of those either. Item 4, to advise of any other item the chairman decided to take as urgent elsewhere on the agenda. Well, I haven't decided to do any of that. Right, item 5 is declaration of interest. It is noted that all members who are also members of a parish, town, district or liaison committee will have personal interests in those applications which relate to areas covered by those authorities. Are there any further declarations? That looks to be no. Item 6 then is presentation of petitions. I don't know whether there are any. Ewan, are there any? No petitions then. Move on to item number 7 then, which is a tree preservation order for application to fell a tree at Market Bosworth. Could Mr. Would you present your report, please?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good afternoon. This is an application. Oh, right. Yeah, I'll start again. This is an application by Mrs. Olds of 20 Lancaster Avenue, Market Bosworth, to fell an oak tree located in woodland to the rear of a property. The woodland is in the ownership of the parochial church council for Market Bosworth. The reason she wishes to fell the order is that she's concerned that the tree may blow over onto her property, causing damage or putting people at risk in the rear garden, risk of injury. Inspection of the tree found that the tree was leant over her property, extended over her property by 5.5 metres, and that the tree was infected by honey fungus, and that should it blow over, it would cause damage to the rear extension of the property. The Borough Council had no objections, and however, the Parish Council, Market Bosworth Parish Council, objected to the felling proposal and stated that the tree is not diseased and could be pruned if necessary. My recommendation is that consent is granted to fell the oak T1. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Well, it's as it is the report. I understand that although Market Bosworth Parish Council has objected, they've provided no evidence to the contrary of what Mr. Shaw's provided. Pardon? Oh, Moved by Mr Bentley, seconded by Mr Jennings. All in favour of the recommendation? I think that's unanimous, Ewan. Okay. Moving on to item number 8 then. Mr Shaw again, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is an application by Mr. Holden of Mill Farm Cottage, Newbold Road, Barlston, to fell a horse chestnut tree and raise the crown of another horse chestnut tree, T2, located on property at 6971 Newbold Road. The mature horse chestnut tree, the reason he wishes to fell the mature horse chestnut tree is that he is concerned about the safety of the tree, and a large branch recently fell off the tree, as you can see here. When I inspected the tree, I found that the tree was infected with bleeding canker, which is a bacterial pathogen that causes the wood to become brittle and weak, and at the base of the tree it was found to be infected with honey fungus, and you can see the black rhizomorphs there and the exudate on the wood of the tree. The tree is close to the highway and to the driveway to Mill Farm Cottage, and the site where the tree is has planning permission for a new development, and the tree would be in close proximity to the parking area and the garage of the tree. It was my view that the tree is becoming progressively more structurally weak as time goes on, and that my recommendation is to fell the tree and plant a replacement lime tree. Likewise, I recommend the raising of the crown of the horse chestnut T2 to maintain clearance over the road and to maintain clearance over the proposed development. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr Shaw. Mr Crooks, it's your division. Would you like to speak?
Thank you, Chairman. Just briefly, I welcome the removal of T1 because it is in a bad condition, and as the photograph shows, a massive branch has come off. If that had come the other way, it would have gone right across the road and into the gardens opposite, so it does need coming down. Disappointed about the raising of the canopy on the other one up to 6 metres, but there's an application for a house on that site, and this is the third application, and each time it gets bigger, so they're basically making room for it. My one concern is, which I found out this morning, the replacement lime can't have a TPO order on it, and after 5 years you can take it out again, so that's the only disappointment, but I welcome the getting rid of this tree. Thank you.
I think it's been moved by Mr Bentley, seconded by Mr Crooks. All in favour of that? Thank you very much. That looks to be unanimous again, Ewan. Agenda item number 9 is an application for a canopy at the school. We do have a speaker on this item, but Lonnie, would you present the report, please?
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, proposed canopy made of clear polycarbonate with an open structure is proposed at the school, and I've marked it on the overhead aerial photograph just there. The drawings, perhaps not too clear, but maybe if we look at this drawing here, which shows a sort of in profile in more detail, that's the side of the building, and this is just going to be a polycarbonate, sort of clear plastic roof and then some pillars, and it'll be an open structure, and it'll be put just about here, so